Christian that is living in any part of Kano State is safer than a Muslim that is living in any part of Plateau. And that's a fact. In the past 20 years, how many Christians were killed in Kano? In the past 20 years, how many Muslims were killed, murdered, gruesomely murdered in Plateau? We recently have the issue of General Al-Ghali. In the southeastern part of the country, we have the issue of Gulag. We have the issue of Arewa that was killed along with her 6 children, and Christian that is living in...
Now, this man has been flying all over the social media space in regards to the interview he granted, in his mind thinking what he actually said makes sense. But the fact is, to me, you can only deceive people that are not reasonable. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be brutal with the reality on ground here. And I hope that people will understand me. This is not me taking a stand against Muslims. And that is why I'm not even going to look at it from that perspective. I want you to know these things. When you make comparison to Jos and states like Kano, I want to let you know that why Christians in Kano, not even Christians, let's say other minority tribe, forget about the religious affiliation you are giving to it. It's basically the fact that when they live in these places, they do as they are told, and they don't reject or they don't stand against the practices that is implemented by the government of these states and what people in these states actually believe that that is a way of life to them. And that is why they live in peace, right? That is one. Coming back to just now, you said Muslims there living there are not living. That is why I say I'm not still going to go on the aspect of religion. I want you to know that the basic problem here emanates from the concept of majorly Hausa Fulani. Hausa Fulani. Because let's tell ourselves the truth. We are always going to tell ourselves the truth and the reality here. The fact is, there is no Hausa or Fulani that can claim that is indigenous to Plateau State. Do you know that? But the fact is, when you meet a Hausa man is always proud of where he comes from, and he will never let go of his origin. And he always makes reference to his origin and say, this is where I come from. But you see, there's a confusion here. The confusion has been over time under this concept of Hausa Fulani. You now have a group of people under the disguise of one Nigeria, right? One Nigeria is only applicable to some other states, but in some other states it's not applicable. Why do I say it's not applicable in some other states? States like Kano now, that you are making mention of, I am telling you that there is no other sub-tribe or minority tribe that have found their way into the legislative arm of government and are representing people, unlike what you have in Jos. In Jos they have, right? They have that in Jos, and it's emanating from just what I said, the Hausa and the Hausa Fulani concept. Because a Hausa man, anywhere you meet him, will tell you, ni dan Kano ne, ni dan Sokoto ne, ni dan whatever. He doesn't claim other people land. But you see the disguise of this Hausa and Fulani. We have now had a situation where, just like you're saying, when they come to these other states, they come as settlers. Until today, they are settlers. But in the spirit of one Nigeria, we are all one. What is applicable to this is applicable to this. But just like I said, not in all cases. Because you can't bring out that in Kano. Do you get that? So by virtue of that now, you happen to find a situation where they are now contending and contesting for the fact that they equally have rights to represent, to be actively involved in politics. This is their land, this is their fatherland, of which these other tribes, let's put it basically now, a Hausa Fulani man can come and become a representative, a lawmaker or whatever in Jos. But have you seen that in Kano? Can you see a Birom man or which other tribe can he go and become a representative in Kano? He can't do that. Because when they go to these places, they do as they are told. And are we forgetting about the concept of political Sharia? They are living according to the dictates of Sharia, just like when Hizbah now proposed that man and woman should not enter bike. Whether you are a Christian or non-Christian or not a Christian, or you will not dare that. Because you will be arrested. Because when they are arrested now, they don't look at it and say, are you a Hausa, are you a Christian, or are you a Muslim? But have you seen those kind of pronouncements in Jos Mungulu? I'm asking you. These are the kind of people that brings problem to this country by lying. Have you seen that kind of situation in Jos? Have they proposed any law, despite the fact that these people are not indigenous? Have they proposed any law that is anti-Hausa or anti-Fulani, or when you even talk of Islam? You see, one thing I get to discover is this concept of Hausa Fulani. You Mungulus are hiding under the disguise of Islam and perpetuating your evil. And you equally talked about unaliving. You just mentioned few. Regards Harira, you made mention of Gulag. Can you give me the number of Christians that are unalived in Jos? Not even Christians. Let me not make it religious. Of other tribes, sub-tribes that were unalive in Jos in the hands of these radicals. Do you get it? Who are you coming to fool? Who are you coming to fool with this rubbish? Well, the fact is, I've said my own. It's left for people that knows what needs to be done to be done. Because the fact is, if I can't go and contest your state with you, you can't come and contest my state with me. And that is the reality. And I'm unapologetic in this regard. We have one Nigeria on paper, but one Nigeria only exists on paper, just like I tell you. Why can't these other states also ensure one Nigeria in reality? Why do they feel entitled to other places that they don't belong? And the fact is, to a Fulani man now, a Fulani man knows where he's indigenous. When you talk of Adamawa and other places, they know where they are indigenous. And they don't come to claim other people's land and say what is equally due for this is due for this. And as a result of that, they are even calling for arms and what?
My fellow Muslims and Christians, I greet you all. And I want to speak about something that I saw on TikTok, that this man, he is trying to explain something, that he was saying there is crisis that used to happen in Bauchi State, in Tafawa Balewa local government. And since from the day that they carry the secretariat from the Tafawa Balewa and take it to the Muslim community, the crisis have stopped. And he said that why is it that most of the crisis it used to happen in Christian community? He said that why the crisis is not happening in Kano State. Well, there is Christian in Kano. And he said why the crisis is not happening in Jigawa State and we have Christian in Jigawa. Why the crisis always happen in Benue State, in Taraba State, and in Jos. That's what he said. Okay, let me answer all your questions. The reason why crisis will not happen in Jigawa State, because the people that are ruling Jigawa State are all Muslims. They are all Muslims. That is why you will not find crisis in Jigawa State. And the reason why you will not have crisis in Kano State, because most of the people that are ruling Kano State are Muslims. They are not Christian in that community. And the reason why you see we'll be having crisis like religion crisis in Jos, because Muslims of Jos is not a Muslim country, a Muslim state, but they are trying to occupy everything in Jos. They want to push away the Christians that they are unjust, so that they will occupy the just. The just will become their own. And the reason why crisis used to happen in Tafawa Balewa, because they are very jealous of this Tafawa Balewa, because it's a Christian community. So it's your fellow Muslims, they are the one that are trying to cause the crisis so that Christians will not have peace in Nigeria. That's the reason why you see most of the states that they have like average of like maybe the Muslim and the Christian, maybe they are equal. You will see this kind of thing used to happen. It's because you people are selfish. That is the reason why you see crisis used to happen in Jos. Before, Christians used to take it, anything that your Muslims did to them, they would just ignore and abandon. But now, since from the day that their eyes start knowing the truth, they start to be revenged. Since from then, crises have started. Instead that you have count. So that is the reason why you see some of the states we don't have crisis, because you people already, you are the one that's ruling the state. With who you people will fight? The state that is not you people that are ruling. That is why we are having the crisis, because you people want to occupy, or you people want to dominate. Every day you people need to dominate something that is not yours. So why this place we will have peace? So that is the reason why you see crisis used to happen in Jos, crisis used to happen in Tafawa Balewa, crisis used to happen in Taraba, as you said. So that is the reason.
Let me ask a question. If you are a Muslim and you are watching this video, please don't get all too emotional or too overzealous, because there are certain questions that I believe that we must ask. We must ask. What does it mean to be a Muslim in Nigeria? You see, as a Christian, when I look at the other side of divide, I am forced to ask this question. To be a Muslim, does it mean you have to hate other religion? I believe religion, in the first place, whether Muslim, Christianity, or any type of religion, is meant to advance the cause of humanity. And what is humanity? Humanity is love. Humanity is helping one another. Humanity is about growing life and preserving life. But how well has Islam excelled in these considerations? Is Islam pro-life? Is Islam pro-humanity? Is Islam pro-love? Is Islam pro-everything that advances the cause of humanity? I don't want to answer it. I have a very good answer in my mind, but I won't be the one to answer it. So you answer it. In Nigeria, you see Muslims who will say that this country belongs to them. Nigeria, say Malan. Yes, in this country. Is that supposed to be? And these same people who believe that Nigeria must be theirs are the same one shouting that Nigeria is one. What type of oneness and what type of unity that also suggests that certain people cannot be president, certain people must be moved or unalive, certain people belonging to certain faiths, their religious houses like churches must be burnt, we must go to school and abduct certain children that belong to certain religion? I mean, what exactly you say? Now, I hate it to hear when some people say that, those people committing these atrocities are not Muslims. Fuck, shut the fuck up there. Shut the F up, the F up. The people committing these atrocities are Muslims. The very recent video that is trending now, where some bandits went to attack an Air Force base. They were are they shouting blood, blood in the name of Jesus or praise the Lord? They are shouting Allahu Akbar. Praise be to God. Praise be to Allah. So, I am asking the question. Did God create the people in the universe who now chose to be Hindus, Buddhists, Muslims, Christians? Did that same God now appoint Muslims to be the selectors of mankind, the ones that has to be rejected and unalived, and the one that has to live? Did God choose those in Islam to decide which is the true religion and everybody must be in that religion, or if you are not religion, if you are not in the religion, you pay jizya. If you don't pay jizya, then you are unalived. Who, I mean, just thinking about it sends shivers in my brain or in my body, just to think that people can actually think this way. So I ask the question, what type of Islam are we practicing in Nigeria? Islam of hate? Islam of deception, Islam of segregation, Islam of, I mean, you just tell me. I'm asking a question. I'm not making a fundamental assumption here. I'm asking a question because I need to be anywhere I want to be. I need to go to school in Katsina, in Muslim dominated state, and not be afraid that I can't speak my mind, or if I speak that is not in conjunction with your belief, I am unalived. The same thing for the Muslim guy. You can, of course, nobody's going to poof any Muslim in the South because he said we don't care religion. You can abuse Jesus Christ all you want. If you like, say Jesus Christ is a madman. We don't. But for the North, it's a different thing. That people are self-employed to look out for people who abuse Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you begin to unalive them. I mean, what type of religion asks its adherents to go about looking for people who say something against religion and poof them? It's an ideology, and it, of course, I cannot ask you to rethink because you believe that that is what your religion teaches you.
Good day to our viewers all over the world, and welcome back to Local Journal. This PDP shifting, trying to change the narrative and to create the impression that the Muslims are under siege, or probably maybe not safe in a Christian dominated area compared to how Christians are generally safe in the Muslim dominated area, is pure fallacy and the greatest mischief in this century. I don't know what he's trying to achieve and what he's trying to get or gain by spinning all these lies and all these misinformation. There is no way you will say that there is a relative peace anywhere Muslims and Christians are living together, with Muslims having more dominance in terms of population. Once Muslims have more dominance in terms of population in a particular area or in a particular state, all they try to do is to enforce their will and their wish upon other people. And I get the reason, that's the reason why some of these whole things are happening. And if you understand the way things are happening in this country, you'll come to the realization that the real agenda of these people is to capture everyone and make everybody subservient to their will and to their dictate. Because tell me how states that are predominantly Christians are having this issue, and states that are predominantly Muslims are not having this same issue that we are talking about. You see that what case scenario is anywhere the population is maybe divided between the both religion. You see that these people will try to force their way and to ensure that their own way or wish stands or come to realization, even though it's going to be at the detriment of this other religion, which is not good. And this is what is happening. We know that this is what is happening, but this man is trying to change the narrative. There is no way we will achieve peace if someone is trying to hide the truth. If you are trying to be economical with the truth just to suit a particular agenda, just to suit a particular narrative, there is no way we can achieve unity. There is no way we can achieve peace. And that is what this man is doing. Of course, we've listened to the speakers in the video, and these people are from the core north, and they understand the terrain very well. They understand what is happening very well, and they are here to debunk the lies this man have told on that interview, the lie he spewed and the lies he told has been debunked. And this is what every Nigerian needs to know. Until the other religions stand to their feet to say enough is enough, I don't think this whole thing will stop, because I believe they've taken these people for granted for long, and the fact they appeared so weak and so docile, these other people have felt the need to impose whichever thing they want to impose on every other person in Nigeria, and that is why this thing will continue to happen. So unless they rise up and say enough is enough, it's not going to stop. This is my opinion. Kindly drop what you think about this in the comment section. And if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel.